No, I don't want no scrub. So back in the day, there was a show on ESPN called Playmakers, and it was a scripted TV show. It was a drama, and it was about this football team that certainly wasn't the Lions. And there was just a whole lot of drama and consternation around there. It was controversial at the time. It was very interesting, but yeah, it just didn't work out. It was a horrible show, but I love the premise. Plus, this might be my favorite Photoshop of all time that we've ever done. So this all segues into another ESPN product, Bill Barnwell, Billy Ballgame. I absolutely love him. Fantastic football writer at the mothership. Every year he does a playmaker ranking, NFL wide receiver, tight end, running back rankings for all 32 teams in 2022, stacking best and worst offensive playmakers. So for the Vikings, obviously you have Jefferson, you have Thielen, you have KJ, you have Dalvin, you have Irv Smith, and you got ISM, you got a partridge in a pear tree, so you're good to go. So last year, the Vikings clocked in at number 5, very respectable. This year, they're climbing up the charts. They're laddering up. They got all the way to number 4. Now, this is ESPN insider stuff, and you know. But our guy Will Raggets, he broke it down. Man. Blah blah blah. So criteria. We're only thinking about performance in 2022. So the same baseball, like we're not focusing on what you have done. We're focused on what you're going to do this year. Injury history, holdouts, and suspensions matter. So that's by New Hopkins. Wide receivers are more heavily weighted than running backs or tight ends. Rude, but it makes sense. Efficiency matters. I don't know what that means. Anyway, here's what he wrote about the Vikings checking at number 4. One of the great mysteries of the 21st century will be why the Vikings waited until week 3 of his 2020 season to start Justin Jefferson, because we thought it was going to be BC Johnson's breakout year. How dare you? How dare you? Since entering the lineup that week, Jefferson leads all NFL players with 2,946 receiving yards. The only wideout to average more yards per target over that stretch are Davante Adams and Deebo Samuel. Jefferson combines remarkable efficiency with relentless volume, and if reports are correct, his role in the offense might grow further under new head coach Kevin O'Connell in 2022. Woo! Love to see it, man. Dalvin Cook is a known quantity as a running back who will miss a handful of games each season. Again, rude, but fair. And play at a high level otherwise. Alexander Madison has been a solid backup, although he wasn't as effective in 2021. The Vikings will also get back Irv Smith Jr. after the time missed all of 2021 with a torn meniscus, while KJ Osborne has been a solid third wideout and should feature regularly in 2022. For most teams, the biggest question is a young player. Here, it's 31-year-old wideout Adam Thielen, who is now 3 years removed from his past 1,000-yard season. Last 1,000 yards campaign, and missed time in December with a high ankle sprain. Thielen returned from the injury and immediately re-aggravated the ailment, which is even more worrisome. Similar high ankle sprains, blah, blah, blah. Some about Michael Thomas, Roddy White, Mo Sanu, blah, 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 blah. But I'm not too worried about Thielen's ankle, even though he has had ankle injuries in the previous seasons. The fact that he had it surgically repaired, as well as he's got time off, I think he'll be good to go. I'm really worried about that. I still think that Thielen is going to be an absolute red zone assassin for the Vikings and their playmakers. So you love to see it. Also, you love to see the Packers are ranked at 29. 29, man, which was 4th worst in the league. The Bears checked in at 31. The only team with worse playmakers was the Texans at 32. It's kind of rough, man. It's kind of rough. But given all that, that's one of the reasons why we're not overly worried about the offense, because Kevin O'Connell coming in, like, he understands that he has a lot of raw clay that he can mold into one of the highest calibrated offenses in the league, because the Vikings over the last couple of years, they just felt like they were a high-performance sports car with the e-brake on, right? So now Kevin O'Connell can switch off the emergency brake, get rid of that weird, funky smell. You know, like, actually, I kind of like that smell. Do you ever, like, enjoy something that is generally not seen as a good smell, like burning brake pads? Smells kind of good. I could have worked at Callahan Auto back in the day, Sandusky, Ohio. Whatever. But the Vikings playmakers, that's not going to be an issue, right? But can the offensive line protect Kirk Cousins? Can Kirk Cousins get his head out of his arse and actually go deep? We go deep and we don't get no sleep. Another throwback. Instead of just being Charlie Checkdown all the time. Can Kevin O'Connell coax the best out of Kirk Cousins? Because this is not an issue. All of this over here, Irv's knee is going to be fine. Jefferson's going to be wide receiver 1 for the freaking league. Thielen's going to be fine as a red zone target. Dalvin, knocking out all the wood, going to stay healthy. KJ's going to ascend. I think KJ has a 1,000-yard season in him. I really do. So, again, ain't worried about that. But it is nice when Barnwell some guy who actually gets it. Give some respect to the Vikings. But your thoughts are thoughts. The Vikings have the 4th best playmaker group in the National Football League, according to ESPN's Bill Barnwell. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts and his thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.